Hello everyone, welcome back to Assetto Corsa Competizione. We are here for round 5 at the famous Nürburgring. I am its Triton as usual, and I am joined once again by my epic co-commentator, Kimi, aka
Hello.
Christian. Yes, good to have you back, after your halfway missing last time out, but yeah,
Yeah, it's good to be back.
before we start, I want to apologize last week for not being able to stream. We actually missed a round at the Nürburgring, or not Nürburgring, sorry, we're at the Nürburgring this round. We missed Silverstone last week. I was unable to stream due to stuff in real life preventing me from streaming. So I am back this week, thankfully. Sorry for that. I'm gonna pull up the results from last week actually because I am kind of blanking out on it right now, but if I recall, it was another win, I believe, for Mr. Alexander Karsten, who has been
Yeah,
basically dominating this season and is probably going to be the man on or who's taking this championship at the moment, unless, of course, something happens, because we do know that it's not over until it's over. But yes, he was our victor, Mr. Ruben van der Hudding, who is currently second place, able to take P2 and push, finally getting a podium this season. So good job to him. So we will be eyeing him as well, because I believe he's quite quick this weekend out. So the one time I miss, Push finally gets some good luck. So so maybe I'm jinxing him, but let's go back on track. We're a few minutes into qualifying here. We have yet to see times, I think. Or I know I need to set the times. Oh, there we go. So run us through this, Kimi. You know the pace better than I do. Who's the ones to look out for? I mean, we already know Karsten, of course, is very rapid here. But how is everyone else doing? Is Kimi there? Kimi.
yeah. I just want to quickly ask, am I having connection issues?
Is it you or is it me? I think it might be you because so far it's looking fine for me.
Yeah. Do you hear anything?
Yeah,
Like,
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. You're fine now.
okay. Because you were dropping and I'm like, oh, not again. But it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I am actually streaming this in 1080p. So I hope it's doesn't cause any issues for me. But yeah, you have the stream open, right? So you can
Yeah,
you can monitor that for me. Thank you for that. But yeah, let's see. I was asking we know kind of where we kind of have an idea of who the front runners are. Of course, like Karsten, Salminen, anyone else we should be looking out for though.
yeah. Well, I think Van den Hudding could regain some of the pace that he had last season and such. If any of the top five guys make a mistake, he's always there to capitalize on it. So I think he's not one to discontinue yet per se. Also, Olive, he's been showing a gradual increase of pace, and I think he could be a podium runner sooner rather than later. And Sam as well, Sam Chumley, last season's champion. He's been struggling a bit with the Lexus, but it seems that he's slowly getting the hang of it, and his pace and form is showing to be close to the top end again. So I think there are a few more, as the season progresses, I think a few more people are going to be able to take the fight to Karsten.
Yeah, so that's actually something we haven't I mentioned it a little bit. But yeah, Van Hunting P2 last time out. He's currently P2 in the championship as it stands by just a few points ahead of Salminen. But he has been very consistent, and he usually is very consistent. Last season he started off a bit slowly, but then once he got his bearings, he was a man on a mission and nearly won that championship. But it came down to technical issues, I believe. So
Yeah, for both the
unfortunate.
drivers actually.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Both of them having issues, but Van Hutting having the worst of it. So let's change cameras here. I want to
Sam
do
puts in
hot.
a 54.2.
Oh yeah, he's currently our provisional pole sitter. That's correct. So 54.2 for
That's
him.
quick.
So very good job to him. I want to
That was
choose push, goes P2 now. So Karsten dropping down to P3 at the moment. Let's see who I want to get on board with.
Oh, as Miko spins out.
Oh dear. Yeah, he's down in P12, so he's gone back into the pits.
Yeah.
Probably here for Mr. Gasht. I'm trying to find. Okay, he's going through the Vidal chicane right now, which is probably the only corner name I know. But let's ride on board with him. He's been one of the quiet but consistent guys here, so if he's going to be doing a lap here, we'll ride on board with him. So as he comes down the start-finish strip, yeah, he's not doing a lap. Quickest hot lap I've done.
Van den Huddy's about to. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Oh god, he's jumping
it's okay.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll find somebody here. Sam is, I think he's coming out of the pits there.
Yeah, should we go on board with Tipsy?
Ah, yes, that's true. Our go-to man for a good hot lap, I should say. So I think he's on a lap right now. But hopefully he gets another one in. So he is approaching the end of his line here. But hopefully he doesn't. Let's see if he doesn't fall over to the side here. But here he comes down this finish straight of the Nürburgring, and he's still going, so we're good. As he comes up to turn 1 here before the 100, or after the 100 actually, he's going to stomp the brakes hard and misses the braking point actually a little bit, but he gets it slowed down, but goes into the very twisty very beginning of the first sector here. Just gets onto the power as he can chuck the car into the second left-hander here, which turns right into another right-hander. I don't know the corner names, but I'm gonna try my best here. So
Right and left is fine.
yes. As he comes up, I believe it's the end of sector 1 here. I know a couple of the corners. As that curve, you see that groove there, he's gonna stomp the brakes, chuck the car in into the left-hander here, and then again slow in for this slower right-hander here as he approaches. Now this is the run to the carousel, I believe. He's just gonna get onto the power, pick his braking point. He has a bit of a breathing space here at that grove again. Hit the brakes and just let the car coast through the camber of the car, or the camber of the corner will rotate the car for you. And now up to another corner, and I know the Schumacher assist. Very hard to forget. It should be flat in an F1 car. You're gonna have to lift off in the Aston Martin here, very slightly, as Tipsy's actually lifting off.
He pulls over really good.
Yeah, but we're gonna still ride on board because he's still going. He's run onto the back straight here. It's easy to lose the car through this corner, if I recall. And now onto the back straight here. You would have DRS here in the F1 race this coming weekend. In these GT3 cars, you can get a bit of a slipstream here. After the 100-meter board here into the Vidal chicane, just chuck the car in, carry as much speed as you can. Tipsy's gonna go into the pits, but that is essentially a lap of the Nürburgring. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. So.
I mean, we could. I think Salmon, he looks to be on a fast one.
Yeah, we'll ride off board here with him, but we'll keep an eye on his lap. Yeah, we have 5 minutes to go. Sam currently setting the pace. Push as well behind, not by much either. So all to play for there between the Lexus and Aston Martin drivers, respectively. And Salminen and Karsten are still lurking behind, of course. Barely, only up over just a 10.5 separates the top 4. So at the moment, DeSantis and Tipsy, the two drivers, to not put in a lap time. Tipsy is one of our reserves, and I believe that's it. And we're missing a handful of drivers here, but that is okay. 23 drivers is still a fairly big grid, if you ask me. So let's see. At the moment, Salminen picking his braking point, just carrying as much speed as he can. I wish I could see the brakes and the telemetry, but to see his throttle and brake input, but I'm just gonna have to eyeball it here. I can't see when he brakes, but I don't know how much he's braking. I mean, I would assume he's using the ABS to its full advantage for most of the part, or for the most part.
I've driven the Ferrari on the Nürburgring quite a lot because I did it for the SimGrid Series qualifier, and he just lifted a little slightly, basically on the power through the middle of the corner there. and just right before the 100-meter border, you slam on the brakes, shift down to second or third, and then just rotate the car around, get on the power early, get wide, brake a little here, just a tap, get the car rotated, and really get on the power to maximize your exit to the straight. Let's see, just slightly tap the curve there. And here you want to brake between 150, closer to the 50 board though. You just send the car in.
Yeah, he carried
avoid
a
the
lot
curve
of speed
too hard.
into there, I saw.
Yeah.
And now
And
he
then,
comes across the last corner. I don't know the
early in
name
the
of
power
that
for
one.
the left corner, yeah.
As he comes across the line, it's similar to the Hungaroring's final corner. He's coming across there, and that's not an improvement. It's just
There's
barely.
a
It's under a tenth.
54.4. Yeah.
54.4, he did 54.3 before, so he's gonna go again here, of course. The car will get lighter, and the tires will possibly heat
Get
up a little
worse.
bit. Track temperature is
Yeah.
actually quite warm. It's 31, so it's not so bad.
And it's,
But it's not gonna.
yeah, the third one's quite standard.
Yeah, it's about the.
Oh.
Yeah, he gets a bit
Makes a little
sideways there,
mistake there.
catches it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, right. We'll see who else is going. We'll see Sam.
Oh, and as this was happening, Alex Carson has put it into P1.
Oh yeah, Karsten. Yeah, just while we weren't paying attention. Unfortunately, I can't. I sometimes miss that. But yeah, Karsten is currently provisional pole 54 flat there. So let's see if Sam, Push, or Salminen, or even Gajda have an answer to that. So another person we're discussing earlier. You said Olive, one of the faster boys here, looking very good.
Yeah.
In the Lamborghini, as I always mention, it's my it is my weekly, is that time of the week where I completely hate on every single aspect of the Lamborghini and its handling, and how I have the utmost respect to Mr. Olive for being able to drive that car, because it's just impossible for me to do. In fact, I did a lot of laps in that car on this very track to do, as you did, the sim grid qualifying, and I could not, for the life of me, keep that car on the track longer than 3 laps. As we got a yellow car 299. That is Jasper Smelt off the road, I think, somewhere. So, yeah, he's getting that back.
Oh, yeah, it's not. Yeah, I think he's doing donuts. He is doing donuts. I mean, you might as well. It's coming into the second, like, it's coming into the after the Schumacher S's.
That's a bit unusual, but yeah.
That is questionable.
Interesting tactics from the Ferrari, but
I think he messed up his lap and then saw he didn't have enough time to do another one, and I just decided to do donuts.
yeah. I mean, frustration can't take over, but
Yeah.
meanwhile,
The FA might have a look at this though.
yeah. We're speaking after. Keeping an eye on both Push and Sam here, both very much right behind each other actually at the moment. Push in front, Sam and behind doing his lap. So we're gonna keep an eye on how these two do, because they're both very much off. Karsten improves even more to a 53.8. So
He is only, if I remember correctly, the alien times are low 53s.
is Smelt still there? Spurs. Because there's still yellows on the map for me.
I'm trying to find him. Yeah, he's still doing donuts.
My goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Apologies for that, guys. I'll just say, I haven't caught it on stream, but the time is up, so he needs to go back to the pits. Gajda goes P2 at the moment, so he has jumped both Sam and Push. So let's see if Mr. Chumley can improve, but Push is going to be coming around the corner first here. So Karsten, I don't know where Karsten is on the track at the moment. Actually, I do see him. He's coming up to the back straight now.
Sam has a huge moment. Yeah, okay, he's off track. Yeah,
oh, Sam's off the track. Yeah, so he's not going to be improving. Can Push jump him,
went
though?
way too deep.
Yeah, let's see what Push can do. He crosses the line. He does not improve. Just barely misses out. So Gajda puts it on the front row. Whereas, let's see, Timo's still on a lap as well. So let's see what he's able to do. And if he can make up some ground here, he's
Carson's also on a lap.
behind him. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay, I was saying Carson's also on a lap. He might even improve by more, but
yeah, he crosses the line. No, he's not. So yeah, that's still pole though for him at the moment, unless Timo can improve by a substantial amount here. It's a bit of a mountain to climb, but he does go P4, so that's a very good lap from Timo. 54.3. So that's 4/10, almost half a second down on Karsten, but still a decent lap nonetheless. Oh my goodness, Mr. Torres. That 360s across the line there, but that was pretty epic, I'm gonna be honest. I'm sure that wasn't intentional. He just zoom across the line. Robles puts it P10 ahead of Veldman there. Krusvar, the sole
Robles,
Porsche P12. So
Robles actually puts a P9
there is
right at the end.
yeah. That is our grid here. So we have the man himself, Alexander Karsten, the boss man of the season so far, so to speak, on the front row here, leading the pack here for pole position. But beside him, maybe a bit of a surprise, but to me not so much of a surprise, because this guy has shown amazing pace, Mr. Paul Gajda, my breakthrough driver of the season so far, if I had to give one, because he's shown up and he's just he's hung with the big boys pretty much the whole time. Our defending champion, Mr. Sam Chumley here, gonna be P3. Timo alongside him. So the both our previous champions alongside each other. Very interesting. Push meanwhile and Salminen P5 and P6. So our two of our front runners this season alongside each other. Olive and Illigner 7th and 8th. Robles and Vanden Hutting completing it. Robles actually goes ahead of Vanden Hutting there, I think. So, what's Mr. Smelt doing there? He's saying there is refueling allowed. No, no refueling. I will.
Yeah, just make.
Yeah, I'll make sure they know. Yeah, there is no refueling, but you have to do a pit stop for tires. So, that is the rule here. Mr.
The only rule
Veldman,
is to change tires.
yes, finishing the grid here. Let's see, Veldman and Krusvar P11 and 12. Ollie, Stricker, and Tacos 13th and 14th. So a good result from Tacos there. I know he's had some struggles, but up there in the midfield. Kessel finishing out the point scoring positions with Taurus behind him. Mills and Belascu lining up behind them with Smelt, Bremen, Bidel, DeSantis, and Tipsy Bob at the back. But we do know how good he is at making his way up the field. So he did not do a lap time. He's here for fun as a reserve, and I expect a good result from him, because we do know he is as fast as he is suave with his voice. So yeah, he beats us all out, unfortunately. As good as Kimmy and I try to be, it's nothing compared to that man there.
Sadly, we do not have his voice.
He is walking and talking appeal to the auditory appeal. So here we go for the formation lap. I'm gonna be quiet. There might be somebody, a certain French viewer who might not be happy with me, but right now I'm gonna get really bad frame rate. I apologize for this. I'm going to do something differently next time out to improve this, but yeah, I'm gonna try and change my cameras here. It should be 30 frames or so, but unfortunately my computer is not exactly handling it well today, but as it thins out we should get better. So let's see, we have a green light here in the Nürburgring, and it's go here. Good start from Karsten. Gajda holds his own. Chumley tries to hold off the chasing pack there from Illigner, I think that, or Timo it is. Into turn one we go now. There's some guys sending it up the inside push, trying to make up some positions there. So is the Ferrari Salmon, and there's a big crash there. That's Gajda, and he's spun halfway around, but he gets it back under control. So Karsten gets away from that, but Timo I think makes up to P2, push ahead as well. So Gajda might have some damage there as well. In the back there, they're going 3 wide, I see, for one of the lower positions there. It's Krusvar, I think.
And someone's gone around into turn 3.
Somebody is around. That's car 73. That is Bidel, unfortunately, in the other Lamborghini. But meanwhile, up front, Mr. Karsten has taken off here with Timo in hot pursuit with push behind. And I think we have Olive up as well. Gajda and Chumley getting caught in the action there. Illigner right behind them as well. So as we get the intervals here going, Gajda drops from 2nd to 6th, so he gets rear-ended by somebody into turn 1, unfortunately. So my words to the Discord chat were not taken seriously, unfortunately. They were heroics into turn 1. But,
as Vanden Hutting and Nico go side by side into the Schumacher S's, and then Veldman has to back out of that, yeah. That is ballsy.
Yeah, they both lose out to Robles there, so he's gotten ahead of both of them. Ollie now trying to have a look at Nico there into the second. I forget this corner. I'm sorry, but after the Schumacher, that's after the Schumacher S's. But Veldman holds his own. DeSantis making up a lot of ground there off the start there as well. He is
Not
right
having a
behind
look
them.
up the outsiders.
Oh, they
and
make
no
contact. He shoves him off there a bit. That is a bit rude, but DeSantis keeps it under control there. Kessel now might have a look at him, but keeps it under control. So a lot of chaos going on here in the early phase of this race. So up front, Chumley has a very good slipstream on Gajda, the defending champion, trying to make up ground there after losing out at the start. Both of these guys might have lost out more than they should have. But here we go then. Gajda on the inside, Chumley on the outside. Let's see who can feed it round through. Gajda is going to hold it there, but Chumley is going to feed it and try and get the inside line for the next turn, but he backs out of that. So a lot of action here. Push, trying to hound Timo now for that P2. Salminen lurking in the background with Olive as well. So we know how fast the Lamborghini is in a straight line, especially compared to the Audi. So, or I mean the Ferrari. So, meanwhile, I'm actually going to do something here real quick because this is a bit too extreme, I think. So I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna go to the settings here. So if you can keep an eye out on things for me real quick.
Yeah.
There's a way for me to do this. I think I can disable how many cars I can see, right?
Yeah, you can. I don't remember where. I think it's in general settings or something.
Oh, it's here, opponent visibility. So I'm gonna do it to 15.
Oh, as Velvet goes wide and Ollie is now going side
Yeah,
by
that's
side.
already approved it. There we go. So I don't need to
I
see.
think that Ollie might send it around the outside of Schumacher, so let's see. Okay, no, he backs out of it. But these two fighting very hard. Veldman and Stricker really going at it, and then Smelts decides to have a look at Stricker, but he also backs out of that. Interesting stuff happening here in the midfield.
Yeah, it's still a bit weird. Sorry guys. I'm gonna do it a little down to. We'll do 12. I think that's about a good number. And yeah, there we go. Now it's a little bit better. But yeah, up front here.
Van der Hooding and Tacos. Okay, now Van der Hooding backs out of this.
Yeah, Taco's making a very good start there. Actually, let's talk about that for a minute. From P14 up to P10, and taking advantage of the carnage behind Van den Hudding, though. Not gonna let that go. He is second in the championship for a reason, and he is a very fast guy. So let's see how much. Let's see if Tacos is able to fend off the pack here. So far, so good for him, and he is still keeping Cruiscar honest for a bit for the time being.
So far, I see through the 4 trains: the Timo train, the Cruiscar train, the Veldman train, and the Tipsy train.
Yes, Tipsy making up. That is 6 positions there actually, as he's in a battle here with Velasquez and Taros. They're all going side by side. Is Tipsy gonna hold this? We know how Tipsy is not gonna yield a fight. He actually goes a bit wide, Velasquez, but Tipsy does hold his own there. So Taros there as well tries to have a look. Mills and Kessel trying to fight it out there. There's a lot of action going on here behind, but Velasquez now right on the diffuser of Tipsy's Aston Martin. But he's not gonna really be able to have a look there. So Tipsy holding his own at the moment. The Veldman train, as you say, as well.
Ooh.
Looking a bit smaller, but
Yeah, Ollie makes a mistake coming out of that corner. That gives Smelts a good run into the next corner. Let's see if he decides to do anything with it. No, he's just sticking onto him now. I think he's just waiting for Ollie and Nico to have a little bit of a contact and then just say thank you very much and sweep past.
yeah, Nico at the moment is kind of holding his own now. Ollie just hanging to the back of that. Up front here, Van den Hudding trying again to show himself in Tacos' mirrors. So nothing having so far. You will notice, by the way, that I have enabled the full map now. I didn't realize that was an option, and so this is yeah. Now it should hopefully be a lot better for the streaming view or for the view. But
Taurus has a look up the inside of Tips. Now he decides to back out of it.
Oh, spinning out! That's Tacos off the road there. So that's unfortunate. He was, like I said, doing a good job, but. Yeah, now he is off the track here and has to make his way back up the field here, so very disappointing.
No!
Unfortunately, meanwhile, Velasquez does get the move on Tipsy and is going to try and make his way back up the field here, so Van den Hudding does get ahead now, I guess, and now he's back onto the back of Cruiscar. So let's see how much Cruiscar can hold him up, or if he's able to keep that position. still a lot going on between these two, or this train here, Timo.
Oh, his Taurus has spun round and is holding his brakes, hoping no one's gonna touch him.
Oh dear, so
Don't know what happened there. Might have
unfortunate.
been contact.
Yeah, unfortunate for Taurus. He's gonna drop down the order there. Let's see. Yeah, at the moment it's 2.3 up front. I should mention Karsten doing his usual thing of getting the lead and then just taking it to his advantage. He struggled a bit. I remember he did struggle a bit in Spain with the two Porsches, but he's not having that issue today, and he didn't have that issue, I believe, last time out either, or the last 2 times out either. So let's see how he holds his own here.
Illigner and Salmon are going side by side at the moment. Let's see. Salmon sends it up the inside, or Illigner might have a better run. No, Salmon gets a better exit, and now they're going to go side by side into the chicane at the end. This is going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, let's see who's going to be the one who's later on the brakes. Illigner's still holding it on the side there. They've been side by side this whole time. Let's see. I think Salminen does get later on the brakes, so that's him holding the position for Spart, holding on Van Hutting in the background as well there.
Oh, his Robles spins!
Oh no! So, who is it?
Robles.
Oh, Robles. Okay, I thought you said Veltman. Oh, so that's that's Robles off there. I think, yeah, he's still there, unfortunately. Oh, he's getting his own back together though, but Salminen struggling a bit here. But so is Van den Hutting, so this is exactly what Karsten needs to make sure his championship lead stays healthy. So, as I said, barring any major issues, it's looking good for him so far. Meanwhile, Olive and Gajda going wheel to wheel, and Olive getting the move done on him, so he's up to P4 now. And the gap now 1.6 to the podium, so he's looking very fast here. Push, meanwhile, as well, looking very racy.
Ooh, Gauss just spins around the outside of Olive actually, and then he regains his position.
Oh wow, what a move there. I caught that right at the end from Gajda. The Audi very good in the corners, we know. The Lambo very good in the straights, and we do know that these two are very good drivers, so we're going to see some moves like that, and that is what we wanted to see. So fantastic job to both of them, but let's see who's going to come out victorious in the end of that. But their fighting has actually dropped them off the train of Timo, so push the remaining one there, but let's see if they can catch back up. So 10 minutes in, we already got a lot of action, so the Nürburgring delivering. Hopefully we get similar action this weekend in F1.
Yeah, we can always hope with F1, but we all know how it's going to end.
Will it rain?
Oh, and Nico gets a little bit sideways in Schumacher S's. I think Ollie might have a look up the inside here.
Yeah, that's
and
Ollie trying to look
it
there up the inside, yeah, before the straight here. Let's see who's going to hold on. Nico has the inside line, though, for that, but Ollie might get a better run out of the exit here onto the straight, but Nico not going to try and yield this very quickly. He does give him the inside line, but let's see if Ollie is able to hold it there. Now it's going to turn to the outside there, so Ollie is going to switch him back here. He tries to have a look on the brakes down the inside, but he thinks better of it and holds his own, or Feldman holds his own for the time being.
Very intense fighting between these two, and if I remember correctly, they were fighting as well in Barcelona.
Meanwhile, Gajda holding off Olive there on the straight for the time being.
Spilashki goes really wide behind Mills, but he manages to save the car on the grass. Props to him for that. Wow.
Very good job there. So the back, some of those guys having some more issues. Bremen, Tipsy. We said Taurus spun out there, unfortunately.
Seems that Ollie's gone past Nico. Must have happened into turn 1.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Ollie getting that move done. So sorry we missed that. Somebody into the pits. That is, I believe,
Sam.
Carnival.
Yeah,
that's
Sam.
Sam.
Sorry.
So something happened to him, or is he?
I think he's doing an early pit stop, trying to get the undercut on. It's quite strong.
Yeah, Velasquez
the undercut. But I think 49 minutes on one side of tire. That's.
Is it doable? I would assume it's doable.
Yeah, it's definitely doable, but at some point, like you want fresher tires.
Yeah, probably. But I think he was fed up
Oh,
with being stuck
Timo makes a
behind.
mistake.
Oh dear. That's going to give Push maybe what he needs to take advantage. I'm getting pinged here or something. I don't know what's happening. So, while I tab out here. So, push is. I mean, the Aston Martin doesn't seem to be particularly quick in a straight line, from what I understand, and the Mercedes seems to be pretty decent in a straight line. So, I don't think Push is going to have an easy time overtaking here, unfortunately. But yeah, especially if he does stuff like that, where he kind of gets a bit sideways on the brakes, so the rear might be a bit unstable for him at the moment.
He's looking very eager to get past Timo. I think he really wants that P2 position, and he's pushing as hard as he can.
Yeah, but he's still he's going to choose he's going to choose the time wisely, I would assume. Knowing Push, he's not going to go for anything silly, same as Timo. They're not going to do anything very silly, and the same could be said for these two here, Gajda and Olive so far, looking good. And I would assume Olive does seem to be maybe. I can't say that actually yet. Both of them seem to be as quick as each other. So
I'd say currently it doesn't matter who's in front, they just hang on to each other and just sort of drive together to try and catch up. I think Olive could maybe consider doing an undercut on Gajda, as it is quite powerful and it does give him free air to drive. However, it still might be a bit too early to consider that, but we'll see in the coming 10 minutes or so who decides to pit first.
Yeah, I'm assuming, depending if Gajda is feeling comfortable with the tires or if he wants to cover him off, he might. That's probably going to be what considers it. Is that Push off the track there? Or something's happened to Push? Yeah, he's. I don't know what happened there, but he slowed down there, and now he's lost a lot of positions here. So I don't know I don't know what occurred there. Did he cut his engine out or something? Did he pull a Sam? But he's going again. So temporary loss of power, so to speak. And he is dropped down the order there, so that's really unfortunate, whatever happened there. So
I'm sure we'll hear of it come the end of the race.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out afterwards, but he's got it going again, so that's good. But that's put Gajda back into the podium positions, and Olive now into a podium position, or fighting position. So into the pits is that's car 95. That's Velasquez actually retired in the pits, so unfortunate for him. Meanwhile, you will see Sam riding on his own, but that is because he has he might have had damage, so that might be one of the reasons why he's so far behind. But it could just be that's the time that the pit stop gives you. That's how long a pit stop would take you.
I have a feeling he probably had damage, and I recall he was running in free air, but he might have decided just to repair the damage now, come in, do some proper hot laps, try and catch up to the field when they pit stop. So we'll see how that plays out once the top 6 come into the pit stops.
Yeah, we know how hard it is to overtake in these cars too, so he might be thinking track position almost always is key. So, like, look at Timo's case, Push looked very racy and there was nothing he can do. Look at Olive's case, even though he is fast on a straight line, there's not much he can do unless he tries a move around the outside of the second chicane, so to speak here. Well, that's not really a chicane, but yeah, the left right there. It happens after the Schumacher S, or the second S, if you call that, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, now this is a chicane here, the Vidal chicane. Olive's still not having a good enough run here, so he's gonna have to hold off.
Just a quick little shout out to Ollie. He's managed to gap Nico by 1.5 seconds now.
So yeah, Nico not being able to follow him. Ollie looking very fast indeed. Just for holding his own in P9 there, and Bandit Hudding trying to get past Illigner for P7. But Salminen is kind of keeping a gap with a Push. He's trying to recover after whatever happened to him there, unfortunately. But he only did lose 2 positions, and he still has a lot of time to play with here. It's only, yeah, like I said, 2.5 seconds. Plenty of time to make this work, so. But meanwhile, I'm trying to take a look at, see, yeah, behind there is going to be the fight we're looking at as well. Vanden Hudding, very racy as well behind Illigner. Illigner holding his own in the sister Mercedes, or in the other Mercedes. His teammate is in P2 and doing very well. Timo told me earlier that the pace was, and I quote, bad. But he didn't say bad, but he said something else. But
Yeah.
it
But
turns out I
T1,
was
he always
correct
likes to say
in
this.
disagreeing with him. So,
He always says, "Oh, I have the pace of being top 20," and he always, in the end, when it comes to race day, he always gets us somewhere near the top 5.
he does the same in F1. Don't worry. But yeah,
Timo,
like
I have
yesterday
bad pace.
he
Now
was
on
saying he
podium.
was driving badly, yet he was P6, or he got P6
Exactly.
on penalties. So even I mean, he was P9 on road even, and he was keeping up with the.
Ooh, as Bremen has a spin in front of Tipsy.
Oh,
Tipsy says thank you very much, and that's P19.
yeah, Taurus as well, getting ahead there. So unfortunate to Bremen, struggling there in the back. A lot of these guys in the back struggling, but Robles trying to make up ground on Smelt. At the moment, though, he's might have a go, but I mean, it depends on how close he can get there. But keep an eye on, see how that goes down. But meanwhile, Van den Hutting gets a very good run on Elitner. Elitner falling behind, but trying to fight it back on the start finish straight here. But Van den Hutting holds the inside line and does get the move done, so he's up in a P7 now. Yes. And let's see if he can chase after the Ferrari Salminen, who's his main contender here. Could potentially jump him for P2 depending on where the, or P2 in the standings depending on how this goes today.
And Gage Olive is still duking it out. I think Olive is just sort of pushing Gage along a little bit now, sort of encouraging him, like, go on, catch up to Timo. I want to get to the last podium position. And I think in the end, Olive is probably in a better position than Gage at the moment, because he's just applying the pressure, and let's see if Gage can cope with this.
Yeah, but at the moment, I mean, I kind of have to think that Olivier is faster because, I mean, he's hounding him all over the place. But if he can get ahead is the question. But last time he did get ahead, Gage fought it right back. And so I'm not too certain if it's just that these two are driving at equal pace. But I'm not certain. Like I said, I'm not sure. But let's see, this is possibly another chance here for Olivier if he can get a good enough exit coming onto the back straight here.
Lickner makes a mistake behind Van der Hutting. He's a bit late in the brakes. Panics a little bit, thinking he might hit him, but he wouldn't have. But he panics, and then that costs him about a second, that corner. So yeah, Van der Hutting now has a pretty good gap to P8, so he's sitting comfortably there in P7 now.
As Olivier is the one triggering the undercut here, 40 minutes to go, he is going to be into the pit lane now. So let's see where he will come out depending on how he nails his pit stop. So keep our eye on that. Salminen, meanwhile, not catching Push. Push actually holding that gap consistently. So
as Nico Veldman comes into the pits as well. Oh, and I think DeSantis makes an involuntary pit stop by spinning into the pit lane.
Oh dear.
That was a sight to behold.
I didn't catch that, but might have been a good one. So Gajda, I would assume, is possibly going to pit this lap. This is around the time when the pit stops are going to take place, I would assume.
Yeah.
So
between the 30 and 40 minute mark is where most pit stops take place.
Yeah, looking at Gajda, his side is a bit scratched up from lap 1, I would assume. So he might have some repairs.
He might have been lucky and got damage on the side of the car. That usually doesn't mean too much in terms of performance. It's more of a confidence thing, really. You just gotta trust the car to stick like it does normally, and usually it does when you have that sort of damage.
Yeah, because I saw he was just holding his own. I don't know if it was him squeezing somebody, but I would assume he just kind of got sideswiped into turn 1. Unfortunately, lost some positions, but he's doing his best to fight that back. He's made up a couple of positions back. He was in P6, I believe. But he's back up here. I'm going to keep an eye on where Sam is as well, because keep in mind, he hit very early.
Yeah.
And,
Olivier comes up really far ahead of Sam. Oh, actually, no, never mind. Sorry, the timer screen's wrong. Sam's right up behind Olivier.
So Sam might have made up some ground here. Yeah, this might have worked out, but it would have been better if he was ahead of him.
Yeah. So if he sticks on Olivier now, and Gajda is running slower or has a pit stop, that is podium potential for Sam as well. So let's see if Sam's strategy is going to work out in the end.
Yeah, meanwhile the top 2 stay out, as well as Gajda still staying out. Push has decided to react and come in now, Let's see if Salminen follows him in. I don't think he did. But yeah, a lot of other people just staying out, so extending the stint, hoping for the fresh tires at the end.
As Ollie comes in to cover off Nico, I think.
Yeah, meanwhile, they're catching back up to Van den Hutting. Still trying to apply some pressure, but let's see if one of these guys want to pull the trigger and hit as well. You will see a green bar instead of the orange bar with the number 1 on the side to indicate that the driver has that particular driver has made their mandatory pit stop. So only the bottom 4 have made the pit stop. Of course, those gaps or those positions will stabilize once everyone else behind or in front follows.
So yeah, Olive and Sam, I think both get past Push and quite far past actually. Push has lost a decent amount of time under this pit stop.
Yeah, I'm trying to look here. Let's see. Push is number 31. Yeah, he is. He's actually well behind Sam and Olive. So this is somewhat worked out for Sam potentially. So if he's right behind Olive, that means he should be around P5 if he gets this right.
Yeah, P4, P5, depending on how Gauch has been doing up front.
Yeah, Bremen is in the pits right now, so he has reacted. Ollie comes
As
up.
Gauch decides to pit. Gauch decides to pit, so let's keep a close eye on Olive and see if he's managed to jump him or if Gauch has managed to put down the in-lap he needs to stay ahead of Olive. This is going to be very interesting.
Right,
Salmon and joins Gauch as well. And so does Ruben van der Hutting. They all go into the pits now. They and Kuzma as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on board, as I said, with Olive, see how he handles this Lamborghini through the final, coming up to the final sector of the track here. Let's see if he's put the pedal down and is able to make up the ground here that he needs.
He's looking very fast.
But yes, these guys are all into the pits. Let's see what he can do. The Lamborghini, not exactly one of the most comfortable cars to drive, as I keep saying, but that's not stopping him from sending it. So a couple stabs at the steering there into the chicane, but holds it very nicely indeed. He's coming across the final corner now. I'm gonna go to Gajda here. See where he is.
Gauch is beginning to leave the pits. I think Olive might have jumped him. I think Olive's got this.
Yeah, Olive does have him there, so there he goes. So that's a
and Sam
stellar
has him as well.
stint as well. So Gajda staying out might not have been the right idea, because he's going to be faster than Sam by a substantial amount, I would think, because he's on much fresher tires. But I don't know if that's going to matter if he doesn't have the track position. So let's see what Gajda can do now. So the top 5 yet to pit, and 11th through 14th yet to pit. Actually, all in the pit, so the top 5. The top 6 are the last ones remaining, so Gajda might have lost out a bit, but let's see. Salminen stays behind. Van der Hutting as well. Christopher also stays behind. So
As Timo goes into the pits, I think this is to cover off.
Carson as well goes in.
Yeah, I think Timo might actually have an issue with Olive trying to leave the pits, because Olive is within the pit stop window, it seems. So Olive might actually have P2 with this undercut, but we'll see how well the pit stop goes for Timo.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on him right now as he comes up behind Karsten and goes right through, because no collisions in the pit lane, so he's finding his pit box here. Gets it stopped, hopefully properly. You can't lose a lot of time if you mess up the pit stop. So,
Oh yeah, if you go 5 centimeters too much forward, you lose about 5 seconds. It's really I don't enjoy doing pit stops because I always mess them up. I always lose about 10 seconds in the pit lane.
yeah, it seems a bit finicky. So I personally would probably make a lot of mistakes. So we're almost halfway through this race, and this is what we're going to be seeing now. This is probably going to be where it stabilizes, because the final drivers almost all the drivers have made their pit stops. Let's see where Olive comes out.
I think Olive's gonna. Okay, as Timo drops the car, Timo just leaves the pits.
Where is Olive? He is actually ahead. It's going to be close. Yeah, he gets him there. And is Chumley going to get him? No, he's not, but Olive right ahead of them, so this has worked very well for him. And he is up in a P2 now, on track. Karsten makes up a lot of time as well, so... Chumley, let's see what he can do. But this should be P4 for him, I think. Gajda will now be P5, but he is looking fast as well, trying to catch up to the Lexus. Mills is into the pits now, so the last two to pit are Robles and Kessel, who are first and second on track, but are going to be dropping down the order. So
This strategy's really worked out for Olive.
yeah, it's worked out perfectly. He was able to cover off Sam, and he was able to gain on these guys. So, and I'm sure those tires will be fine to the end. So, great job from him. So far, he is driving very well, and this is what we wanted to see. I know he's had some unlucky races, and he's not been happy about a lot of it this season, but here he is now, in the position he feels he should be in, and he's got a 2.3 second lead to Timo, and Chumley is right on the back of Timo as well, so that could be trouble for him, but we do know that Timo's tires are going to be a little bit fresher than Olive's, and substantially fresher than Sam's. So,
Yeah.
same for Gajda. Gajda should be on the back of him if he has the pace. But let's see how good Sam is able to manage that.
There's a little bit of a fight hotting up for P11, 12, and 13 at the moment with Illigner, Cruzwa, and Stricker. They are
All lined up,
very
yeah.
close. I'd say Ollie, he was about 5 seconds behind when he got into the pit, so he must have he done the undercut as well, and he's right up the back of Blue Spars. He might actually consider doing a dive here.
Yeah, here he goes. Cruzwa not getting a good run there. Early on the brakes though for Ollie, because he doesn't want to cause anything there, so plays it safe, which is sometimes the best thing to do.
Yeah.
It's better to be safe than just eat the car, as we know.
Also, the
So-
Porsche is very, very good on the brakes. It's quite difficult to outbrake a Porsche.
Yeah, but
So I
not
think
very
he
good in a
does
straight line,
look
as we
safe.
know. So this might be what Ollie needs here. Tim holds the inside, and yeah, as you said, very good on the brakes. But is Ollie able to get a run here? No, he's going to try for the switchback. But yeah, he's not able to do it there. So good job from Cruzwa holding his own. But yeah, speaking of that, I mean, I haven't tried the Porsche out too much, but that's something I find in this game. I really struggle on the heavy braking, like heavy braking zones, or just when I'm hitting the brakes, because it feels like I have no control over the front. Like the rear just starts being, like just gets completely loose on the brakes. Like even if I adjust the brake bias more to the front, it just feels really funny off for me a lot. So depending, I mean, maybe that's just the Lamborghini, and there's a way around it, but for me, I had the issue with I had the same issue with I think it was the McLaren, so I don't know if I was doing something wrong there, but
Well, that's quite interesting because I've personally I've driven the Lamborghini as well quite a bit, and I found it to be quite stable. But I really think it boils down to driver style, and that's also a great thing about this game. You have a car for your driver style, you just need to find it.
yeah, I was a fan of the Ferrari. So okay, we're halfway through now as the engineer.
Ooh, Simon has a mistake! He's gonna keep it. No,
oh
he's
dear, no, he's
spinning.
gonna keep that under control. He's might go into push. No, he's got it, but no, yeah, he barely keeps it under control there, and this is not there. So he's down to P7. How did he hold that?
Oh, that's like watching someone wrestle a bear. I didn't think I was gonna save that, but he managed to in the end.
That is some very, I mean, doesn't matter if you went off the track, that's some very impressive car control there. So I know, I don't know a lot of drivers who could have held that. From the looks of it, it looks like he was going left and then right, and the car was just trying its best to spin out on him, and he was absolutely just holding on for dear life there. So,
His rally instincts might have kicked in. I mean, he is from Finland, so he
yes.
might be quite good at rally as well. So.
yeah, so hats off for that, but he's going to try and chase down Push again here. Let's see.
Yeah.
So he did actually get ahead of Push there, I believe, right? Well, we weren't
Yeah,
looking.
he was ahead.
So
somehow.
yeah. So I don't know what happened there between Push or with Push. I presume it was in the pit stops or something, but Salminen now chasing him back down. Gajda is right on the back of Sam here as well. So as I said, those tires are not going to be particularly great. Timo falling off the back of Olive, so strategy working out superbly for him.
Gajda might have a good run on this. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, not here at the moment, but he does have the straight to do it. So let's see how good the Audi is on the exit of the corner here. I assume it's quite good, and yeah,
Yeah,
Bush
the
and
Audi-
Salminen are there as well. So this is 4th through 7th is still all up for grabs here. Let's see now how the straight line speeds of these two cars fare. Is Gajda gonna have a look down the inside? He can be much later on the brakes, but he's not gonna be able to do it here. He's very far back. So
I've done I remember being Ollie. We were doing some practice. I can't remember which track, and we were sort of drag racing our cars a bit, just testing. And it turns out that the Lexus is actually quicker than the Audi down the straight, which is something I did not expect.
it's interesting.
Because the Audi is very fast.
Yeah, from what I understood, the Audi is quite decent all around. It's like good in a straight line, good in the corners. The only fault with it I thought was like without the proper setup, it's really unstable on curbs and stuff, which is a big deal in this game because you kind of need those curbs if you want to be fast on certain tracks. Because unlike the Codemasters F1 games, where putting two wheels onto a curb is a big risk in itself. Like, yeah, you don't want to be putting two wheels onto a curb unless you know you can get away with it, which is the only way to be fast in that game, or one of the only ways to be fast in that game. There are many ways to do it in the Codemasters game. So one is, of course, you know, knowing the track limits, knowing not to get warnings, knowing how to get the rear rotation, because in 2020 the rear of the car is not very responsive. It's kind of the opposite. Oh, Gajda outbrakes him a little bit there, but catches it. But yeah, in 2019, the front of the car had no response. The rear of the car had a little bit of a response, so to speak, but not too much either. Whereas in 2020, the front is very responsive, depending on how you set up the car, but the rear is almost never responsive unless you crank up the suspension settings. So that's kind of the main way to do it. You have to find a way to get the rear rotation, and then another way of doing that is naturally by accelerating out of the corners properly. Whereas in 19 it was all about trail braking. In this
Sorry
game,
to interrupt, but Nico's just made a mistake, and I think Robes has gone past him. Yeah, Nico's now into P12. He went really wide in Schumacher S, and I think he hit the wall.
yeah, it seems like he's dropped down quite a bit. So let's see, Veldman. Yeah, he's hit the wall somewhere. He has a lot of damage actually. So he's made quite a mistake, unfortunately. So not going too well for him at the moment. But
he must be quite hollow about that one.
yeah, I would be too, unfortunately.
As Tacos and Smokes are looking quite racy.
Back there, not for the points, but still trying their best. But
depending how the race goes, this could be for points. You never know. Someone might.
We don't know how these guys are doing. Look at Nico; he's going to be struggling here. Yeah, Kessel might be on the back of him soon with that damage. So, yeah, you can see there he's on the mini map there. I can see. I believe. Yeah, I think that's turn 1 there. You can see they're very close together, but Gajda as well, still trying to find a way past here, but unable to do it.
But as I was saying, those are ways to be fast in the F1 games.
And it does come down to the throttle, kind of, like if your throttle application is good, as it usually is, but also the brakes to a certain extent. However, was in this game, it is, yeah, it's very much about being able to take those curbs and attack the curbs and pretty much attack the corners.
Yeah,
and
you really gotta send it into the corner and just absolutely stomp on the throttle and get as soon as the car rotates to maximize the exit.
Yeah, it reminds me of F1 2018 actually, to an extent, where it was all about the corner speed. Like, it doesn't matter, I mean, to an extent it was slow and fast out in F1 2018, but that wasn't normally the case. The main thing was just about completely sending it. Like, you don't really need to trail brake in 18, in fact, at all. Like, trail braking is just like, it's just a thing you could do to get, how do you say, to get the car slowed down, so to speak. But it's better.
Looking very
oh, here goes Gajda completely sending it up the inside of Chumley there. Is he gonna get switchback there though, Sam? Now he doesn't, but so Gajda sends it there and gets the move done. So that's him up into P4, looking a bit impatient, and finally gets the move. So Sam might try and hold on here, but let's see if he's able to. I think Push and Salminen will be on the back of him soon, depending if his tires are not holding out, because
he's been on those for quite some time now.
As Kessel gets past Nico.
Yeah, so Nico, his car is going to be
P13.
struggling there.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at
And
the
once
front.
you get some sort of front damage or rear damage, it's really difficult to handle these cars. They become quite unstable, and when you least expect it as well. Like,
Yeah, I can see
tell
already.
he's struggling with understeer, and then he tries to compensate with a bit of throttle, and then he gets some maximum oversteer, and this makes the car very unstable.
Yeah, I can see already his car is squirming all over the place, so really gonna be struggling. But he's got to hold on. He's got a 10-second buffer to P15 to Mills, so and that's still a points position. So if he just holds on, he can get 2 points. So it's better than nothing.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long 22 minutes for him.
Yeah, unfortunately, but
He's just gotta hold his own and do his best.
just keep his head up and his crown on, of course. But yeah, let's look up front here. Olive dropping Timo, but Timo is starting to claw back. But 11 seconds is the gap to everyone in Karsten. So Karsten has only lost one race, because this will be the halfway point of the season at the end. Because this is round 5, so next week will be round 6, and pretty much every round, every round except for Spain, Karsten has won. So he is essentially, and fittingly in a Mercedes. So you know.
We have seen this before somewhere. I can't remember exactly what
I think
series.
I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen this in real life.
Was it NASCAR? I can't remember.
Probably. Yeah, Mercedes and NASCAR. But yeah, this is not to diss Karsten in any way, shape, or form. I have said it once, and I've said it many times. I will say it again now here, that this guy is absolutely insane, because I mean, look how many other people are in the same car, and look where they are.
Yeah.
And these are not bad drivers. Timo is a very good driver. Nico is a very good driver. Iligner is a very good driver. And yet this guy is miles ahead of them, because this guy's on another level.
I've raced. Me and Karsten do a endurance series together, just us two in an Audi, and he consistently, not just he's very, very fast, but he manages to do it consistently lap after lap after lap after lap, and he manages to drive at like 100% or 99% without making any mistakes for as long as he needs to, which is really what separates him from the others, I think, on the field. He could just punch out quali laps for an hour without having any issues about it.
And in the end, I feel like that is the mark of a good driver, if you can be consistent. Well, it's one thing to be fast, and it's one thing to be consistent, but the best drivers are fast and consistent. So here, I mean, you know, he's pretty much showing it. Like, look how much he's dropping Olive and Timo. Timo, meanwhile, actually is catching up to the back of these guys. But yeah, Sam is starting to get honed in on by Push and Salminen. So
yeah, that Aston Martin is an absolute bullet when it comes to overtaking cars, as I experienced the season 1 in Spa, when me and Push went side by side after the Gimbal straight for P1, and I very much hollow.
Yeah, that was a hollow day for a lot of people. Shout outs to Sam, but
Anyway, I won't give him a hard time for that.
Yeah.
He's grown fast. Sort of.
We haven't. It's so funny.
We haven't. We haven't let it go. I remember I was like 2 seconds into the commentary. That was the best thing. I don't even think I got to do quali or something, and I was just like, all right, here we go for quali. Oh my god.
Yeah. Season 1 Spa, if you haven't seen it, just watch the first 5 minutes.
Or go back and watch the just watch the first. Not even the the first like
Well,
5
first
minutes of
5
the race.
minutes
Is all
of
you
the
need to
race,
see.
yeah.
That's all you need to see. After that, nothing happened.
Yeah.
I remember.
And can you believe this guy went on to become champion of Season 2, honestly?
Is it believable, guys?
I don't think so.
He went from Maldonado to Rosberg in 1 season. It's crazy.
Sam is a gifted driver. In all honesty, in all fairness,
Yeah,
Sam is a very gifted driver in pretty much anything. I've seen him in Tier 3 2S.
He has been on a roll, just picking up the game
and he is up there with the big boys in Tier 3. Might not be a so-called fast tier, but there are some fast drivers there. So
Tier 3 is fun.
tier 3 is good. And Kimi as well should get, you yourself should get some credit, because I mean, you are you just picked up the game, 3 hours of gameplay, and then went and nearly scored points on your debut, and then beat an hour consistently scoring points.
Yeah, I mean,
And you barely have any hours into the game, so.
I don't have time to practice. I literally just walk up to the track. Okay, I guess this is what I gotta do.
And you do a good job of it. You do a good job of it. So I mean, it's very good from you. But yeah, these three are now stuck in a 3-car train here. Sam, Push, and Salminen for P5. So.
And Push and Salminen want to get past Sam quickly, because Van den Hudding is also closing in on this fight.
Yeah, Van den Hudding is going to be absolutely gunning it now to try and catch up here. So the more Sam holds them up, the worse it's going to be for these two. But let's see who can get past here. Push gets a bit sideways there, tries to get the car under control and does so. But this might open up a gap here to Salminen. He has to go to the inside here, so that'll give Sam a couple corners to breathe potentially. But yeah, these two racing not only Sam but each other. So up front here as well, Timo is starting to close in entirely on Olive, so Olive's pace is starting to drop off a bit here, and Timo is going to be wanting that P2, but again, we know that track position is key here, and Olive has timed it to perfection, so that might be all he needed.
Oh, my laptop is saying it's running out of battery. I'm going to quickly mute and try and get the...
Okay, for sure. Okay, so we'll hold down the fort here for a minute here. Sam still keeping his own here, but yeah, look at the gap now. Van den Hudding 3.4, it was 3.3, I mean 3.7 earlier, and it might be going down even more, so just keep an eye out on Salminen here, since he's in the back of this, see who can get the run here. Push, still not able to do it. So, again, the track position showing its superiority in this particular occasion. So yeah, Timo now within a second, or under a second of Olive, so trying to get a slipstream of sorts somewhere within there. We do know the slipstream is not very powerful at all with these cars due to the amount of, or they're less aerodynamic than an F1 car, so not as quick either in a straight line. So. Although that does help with one thing, it does help them follow very closely, because there's pretty much no dirty air with these cars like there is with an F1 car, so pretty much impossible to follow in, or sometimes it's impossible to follow in, or in real life especially, it's impossible to follow often, so you have to leave like a 2 or 3 second gap to make sure you aren't killing your car, but with these cars you can pretty much be right on the gearbox, or on not the gearbox, I mean right on the diffuser up another car, so.
I have returned with a cold one.
That's fantastic.
Which I shall be enjoying now. I also quickly want to shout out to Ollie. He's been spending 90% of his race SA farming, which means he's been within a second of the guy in front. I honestly think he's just safety rating farming. He wants to get that safety rating up to 99, and this is the way to do it. Just drive behind someone consistently.
Smart. Yeah, I got a lot of. I remember when I did SimGrid, I was behind. I was just kind of pulling behind one of the guys on my stint until the last car, or the car in last place, decided they wanted to be, to put it lightly, deranged and
hollow.
Yeah, essentially they just killed us. Like
yeah.
I went off the road to avoid them, and they still went into me, into the second Lesmo, or not the second Lesmo, the second chicane. I forget what it's called. What's the name for it?
Second chicane.
Variante something. I forget what it's called. Yeah, but into the right-hander. I went off the racing line because they were still there to avoid them, and I went to the side, and then they just spear right into me. It's quite ridiculous. So. And we were in third overall, which was the sad part.
Oh, that's
dear, that is big. Yeah, that is a big shame for Salminen, and he's got to drive through for track limits. So.
Yeah. Oh no, that's sad to see. He was doing really well. It's just holding on to the back of this fight, but
That's pretty much it for
That-
him, yeah.
that's gonna cost him. I think that's gonna cost him maybe points.
Yeah, behind Nico is actually falling into the clutches of Mills already at this point because, I mean, look how much time he's lost, unfortunately, from that damage he's got because Mills has just closed in on him.
And Carson has actually gotten past Bremen, so
Lapping
he
the
has
field
managed
now.
to lap. Jeez, that is some next level pace.
Yeah, Bremen had some issues there in the back as well, so it might have helped it. Yeah, because Olive and Timo are starting to come up to him. Or they're up there as well. He's only going across the final corner now, so yeah, car 17 I can see there is going through the chicane now, so
I don't
is
want
right
to.
on the back of Olive.
I don't want to put commentator's curse on this, but I really hope Olive gets the P2.
Honestly, I do too. I shouldn't say that, but I do because he has
Yeah.
been, to put it lightly, he has been getting quite screwed
Pushed
over.
around.
yeah, he's been getting screwed over a bit by things that may have and have not been in his control. So there goes Salminen into the pits, unfortunately for him getting that penalty. But this game, to be fair, is quite lenient with track limits, from what I'm
I'd
used
say
to.
it's done correctly.
What's that?
It's done correctly. I don't like how F1's done it. Whenever I get a warning,
Yeah.
I'm always screaming at the computer because
The F1,
in
yeah,
my
the
opinion,
Codemasters.
BS.
Yeah, the Codemasters penalty system, while it's now consistent in 2019, it was very inconsistent, or in 2020, I mean, in 2019 it was extremely inconsistent, and same as 2018. Where in 2018 it was it was strict and it wasn't strict, so it was kind of a mix depending on the track. Like, some corners were, like, they were unfairly strict, and there were also some really dumb penalties you could get for just putting like 3 wheels off. You get instant 5 seconds. I think that's still in 2020 and 19, but especially in 19. But in 19, it was sometimes you would. I feel like sometimes you could get a warning, and sometimes you wouldn't. And there were some corners where you could flat out extend. Like, you could basically cut the inside of the final chicane in Spain. You could basically you could just go all 4 wheels off still, even in time trial where the track limits are stricter in Silverstone. You could go all 4 off in the turn 19 of Coda, which is the penultimate corner. So you can basically just extend everything there and get away with it.
Oh, as Bremen has a spin, he does what Salminen does, but he doesn't manage to catch it. And that would be Olivier and Timo saying hello. And yeah, okay, he does a nice and calm rejoin there.
Yeah, so Salminen rejoins P12 there, so everyone else up front makes up a position. Let's see if Mills can make up the ground to Veldman, though it's 2.4 now.
He's managed to take 8 seconds out of him in the last 12 minutes.
Yeah, DeSantis is going to be behind. He's 24 seconds behind, though, so that should be
1 point at least, better than nothing, as I said.
Well,
1 point is
unless he
1
makes
more
another
than-
mistake.
1 more is 1 more. 1 point is 1 more than he would be getting if he's retired. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Any
well,
point counts at the end.
Yeah, Olive still holding off Timo for P2. So yeah, he's doing a very good job still at the moment in that Lamborghini there versus the Mercedes.
Gage just also closed the gap by 2 seconds.
Yeah, he might be finding his way onto this battle as well.
Yeah, this might be a 3-way battle for the top step of the podium. Sorry, not top step. The second top step. My bad. For the second place of the podium come the last few laps of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I think was it Ollie there is catching up to the back of Crucivar as well, so he's running P9 potentially. He's a bit off the field there, but see what he can do. But currently up front, Olive and Timo still lined up here. Push is lining up Sam still. Sam holding on very well to him. And the strategy might have worked out a bit here for him.
He was, as far as I remember, he was P7 coming into the pit stop. So he's jumped.
2 positions.
Well, he jumped 3 positions, but he got overtaken by Gajda, so he's
Yeah.
So far, got 2 positions on when he wasn't. So strategy might work out in the
there
end.
for push. Sorry to interrupt you, but Freeman now is
Yeah.
gonna have to get out of the way of these two. He's gonna get blue flagged here. Yeah. Yeah, he's made up. Yeah, this is sort of worked out for Sam as Bremen. Yeah, moves out of the way there. Yeah, I thought I was gonna say it didn't look like he was moving, but he does move, so that's good.
Yeah, Bremen showing good racing etiquette in this race.
Yes, that's what we want to see. Is there were some incidents before with blue flags that we were not very fond of early on in the season, but thankfully he's getting, or thankfully people are now following the protocols properly.
Oh, and as we're talking, Mills is right up the diffuser of Veldman.
Oh dear, yeah, so he has made up a ton of ground here, so Veldman struggling more, but it's no shame in losing 1 position with that damage, and still getting a point out of it, so would be good for Mills too. We know he's wanting some points, wanting some good results, so it would be good for him. While looking here as well, let's see, with Ollie, he is closing in but not gaining as well. He's closed in but not able to get past Christopher yet. So Christopher having a solid race. He's had a lot of bad luck for the Scuderia Monkey flipper.
Well, the whole team, just the whole team is just
GT3 Scuderia Monkey flipper. What's the M?
Scuderia Monkey Flipper.
Something point.
I want to say Motorsports Point.
Oh, it's
GT3.
Motorsport Point GT3 Sports Racing Team Bosnian Division. Yes.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yes, that's the name. Yes. So I pretty much gave up on the name, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, the team itself has had some very poor luck. So this is a nice change of pace for them. So. Let's see, Cruzvar getting pulled in Spain, keep in mind, so not a bad driver by any means, as Ollie though, a good driver in as well, trying to find his way through the defense of the Porsche.
And I think Timo's made some sort of mistake, because Gajda is behind
he's made
Timo,
a
and
big
Timo
mistake
dropped.
somewhere. Yeah, he was right on the back of Olive, and now he's in the clutches of Gajda, so this is not working out for him, but it's working out for Olive. But
no, Mills!
Oh dear, what's happened?
No.
Oh, he's off the road, yeah, so... But he gets it back under control, but... Yeah, that's gonna give Nikos a lot of breathing space. He's only got 5 minutes too, so...
Yeah, I didn't see what happened. I just saw him spinning off the road in his ass. Oh no.
that's unfortunate, but he's still in the points. So it's okay, DeSantis is far behind. And actually, something has happened to DeSantis. What happened there? Actually, he and Taurus and Smelter are all changing positions here. Let's see what's happening here. It's a battle in the back, but it's still a battle nonetheless. He holds on the inside from Smelt. Taurus gets ahead of them, so good job to Marius there.
I'm gonna keep an eye on this battle for P9, because Ollie's really closed in on Tim now. I kind of want to just say, oh, just go for it, Ollie.
I'll keep an eye out here on Push, who outbrakes himself into the final corner, but does not rear-end Sam, thankfully. But you can see how much more grip Push has compared to Sam. So let's see if he's able to use it, because Sam right now is holding his own very well. Gajda is also trying to have a look at Timo, so Timo might be in danger of losing the podium position here. Gajda might be looking to regain it, so far a stellar drive from Karsten, of course, and also Olive. So both of them doing fantastic.
Ooh, Ollie has a pretty good run on cruise right here into turn one. Is he going to send it up the inside? Oh my god, he sent it up inside.
Yeah, big dive from Ollie there, but is Cruiser going to get the switch back here? He does for the moment there, and Ollie, is he going to have to switch? Yeah, stick behind, there he goes, but a send and a half. That would have made the Australia in me very proud, but yeah, There is Ollie just holding his own there for the time being, but obviously looking quick. So let's see what he can
He
do.
licked the stamp and sent it. Unfortunately, the letter did not arrive.
Yeah, unfortunate. Very. A wise Australian man to whom I look up to, or whom I look up to, once said that very beautiful quote that sometimes you just gotta lick the stamp and send it. So.
And I think Ollie probably scaring Cruz for a bit. I think he's showing him what he's capable of. Oh, if Cruz makes a mistake, this is gonna make Ollie. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I don't think Ollie's get the run there.
No.
Let's see what we're looking at here. Yeah, guys, just still all over the back of Timo into the chicane, sending the car in as fast as he can, but Timo still holding on for the time being. Let's see, he's gonna try and break the slipstream, but the Audi, as we know.
Alright, I think Ollie's got him here. I think Ollie's got Tim here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try
It's got a
and
good run.
into that, see if Gajda does have a look down the inside here.
Okay,
Yeah, he
Ollie's
does
gone
actually.
past him.
Yeah, I've been looking here. Gajda has a look there. Timo turns in, doesn't expect him there. They make a bit of contact, and Gajda does get the move, so Timo loses the
Ollie gets
podium
past him. Ollie has passed Cruz as well in the back. He got it through the chicane into the last corner.
Fantastic job to both Ollie then and Gajda. They're getting the podium position for him, and Ollie getting P9 there. So yeah, I don't know what Timo will think of that. Gajda did send it on the brakes there, but he got to this apex as Timo was turning in. I don't know if that was enough time, but it did look like it on screen to me that he had enough. So we should have only one lap of this race left by the time Karsten comes across here.
Cruz really pushing Ollie now. He's not happy that he got past.
Yeah,
that's
he's
just
gonna be trying to get that position back.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. He's right on his tail, trying to get him into before the back straight here, I believe. No,
Yeah,
this is
'cause
the
they-
carousel. No, sorry.
Just gonna see where Karsten is on track. Yeah, there will only be one
it's
lap
gonna be
after he
carousel.
crosses the line.
Yeah, this
So,
is going to be the end of it, I think.
This is the penultimate lap for most of the drivers here.
Yeah. So let's see how these guys fare. I think yeah, Salminen on the back. Okay, so yeah, there goes Karsten across the line now to start the final lap. So
As Push might have a look on Sam into this. No, he doesn't. We might see some last lap desperation here.
yeah,
I have a feeling Cruz might send one on Ollie.
yeah. Let's see if he wants to or not, though. That's the question. Is the question of if he wants to rather than if he will. I trust Cruzfar's driver or driving etiquette to not do that dangerously. And I know, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm certain he wouldn't do something silly like that. He might do a he could make a mistake, but I'm sure nothing on purpose. But let's see what happens here onto the run, on the run to the start-finish straight here. Is he going to be able to get it? But the Porsche, as we know, very slow on a straight line compared to the Lexus. Yeah, this is going to have to be on the brakes. Does Cruzfar send it up the inside? He does. Actually,
but he sends
all
it
he
hard.
sees him, slows it down, tries to get the switchback. But yeah,
It
actually,
seems he's done it. He's got the job done.
yeah, fantastic from Tim Cruzfar there. So he gets that back on Ollie there. So Ollie getting the move in the beginning, Tim getting it back, saying, I'm not taking that sleeping down. So fantastic from him. Let's see if Push is going to have a similar thought there as to getting past Sam. But I'm actually going to ride here with the man who has once again, for the fourth time this season, absolutely dominated the field here. And this time it's by almost 20 seconds. He has shown that he is a force to be reckoned with. We're going to extend his championship lead, keep his 100% podium streak here for this season going. And that is Alexander Karsten crossing the line to win once again. As
Let's just have a look at Olive, who I think deserves the driver of the day for me here.
Absolutely, yeah. Finally
really
crossing
strong
the line.
performance.
Yeah, strong performance from him in the Lamborghini there, holding off the chasing pack there, coming from a little bit behind there to take P2 after bossing and that race and timing his pits off to perfection. Gajda taking P3 right at the end there, and Timo P4 there.
Oh,
Sam.
Ollie, please send it.
Yep.
Please send it, Ollie. Please do it.
Oh, is Ollie
Do
gonna...
it. Do it. Do it.
Ollie here
Oh,
goes
they got
off the
the
inside. They
they
make
got
contact there.
contact.
They both go off the track. And it's...
Oh, his team spins. Okay, Salmon says thank you very much, and Ollie gives his position.
Oh my, that is not gonna sit well with some of these guys there. So Salminen's gonna benefit from that, I'm sure. There might be some inquiries there. Ollie Robles almost gets Ollie. Oh, he gets Tim as well. So that's P12 there from. It was looking like P9. So he's not gonna be happy about that, I think. So these. Very unfortunate way to end for them, but Nico with the damage holds off Mills, who fell off the order there, so both of those two taking the final points positions. So what a race. Van Harding taking P7 there, Illigner P8. So that's very good, a very good result for Gajda and Alibe, both picking up solid points there. So
I just want to say that was incredibly well held by Ollie there. He managed to control that car spinning out of control. Damn.
yeah, yeah, but
No bias or anything, but
yeah, we're gonna have some.
that was an interesting race.
That's gonna be very much looked at by these stewards. So we have. I'm gonna let you choose who's gonna be interviewing here while I sort some stuff out. So if you can ask for us and pull some people in from the ACC discussions.
Yeah, Ollie, he's done a few last lap passes before, and I as soon as I saw him close up, I'm like, okay, he's gonna do it, and he managed to do it, but I didn't. Kusva did not want to give up.
Yeah, it seemed. I mean, there's always gonna be some. What you call it? There's always gonna be some. What you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Stubbornness, so to speak.
Oh, I just want to mention, it turns out that Stricker and Kusva were in the same chat the whole time.
Huh.
So there might have been some interesting. I would like to hear what was going on in that voice chat when that was happening.
So I don't think we're getting anyone. I don't. Yeah, I don't think we're getting interviews.
I think let's just wait a little bit.
Yeah, I'm waiting it out here, but
I think they're just having a little chat on how the race was.
yeah. What happened there? Did somebody move me?
No. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, we got
Okay.
3.
3.
Okay, there we go. So we'll start with Ollie.
We'll start with Ollie. Okay,
there we go. There we go. Ollie. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Was looking like a fun fight between you and Krusvar there throughout the race.
That was really fun.
What happened there at the end though? We saw it was like a send and a half from somebody and a bit of contact, unfortunately.
Well, basically, he did the big send on me into turn 1 at the last lap, so I had to take avoiding action, otherwise he would have crashed into me. So I was like, okay, I'll do the exact same thing to him on the final chicane. And well, it kind of worked-ish until it didn't. So like, but we were side by side going into the apex, and then I get a bonk from my right. So
I will say that was two men fighting for one line.
yeah,
that was ballsy as hell. I saw you lining up the move, and like, go on, do it, and then I see you quickly switch into the inside and send it on the brakes. It was quite entertaining to watch from my side, at least. And
yeah, no, it was great fun. And I mean, it's a bit of a shame it ended that way, but no one was like hurt a lot, and I think it would be classified as a racing incident as well. We both looked at it afterwards in the same chat. And we like kind of discussed it and stuff. So, but yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, well held as well, spinning out of control on the grass and catching it. You didn't even lose a position technically because the stamina got past both of you. But...
yeah, I started P10 into that corner, got P9 for half a second, and I was P10 again. So Yeah,
was
but
good
overall pretty
entertainment.
good. I had a pretty compromised start down in the 14th, and then I was fighting Nico for about 20 minutes, and I think I finally overtook Nico into was it something I can't remember the turn, and I could kind of catch up to the pack in front, and then I had a really good pit stop, so it was overall I'm pretty happy with my performance.
Well, that's good then to get to exceed or your expectations or to meet them properly. It's always good. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it seemed like a lot of people were struggling today, but a lot of people also showed their pace today because I've been saying how good the league is in terms of you know driving and stuff. So or so because I think we have a very good league or a very good grid here for ACC. So yeah, you guys pretty much showed me that I am not mistaken. So yeah,
Well,
yeah,
always happy to help for
always
that.
Yeah.
entertaining as well. You guys bring the
Yeah.
entertainment as well. So yeah, we'll leave you at that. Thank you for
Oh,
joining us.
actually,
Oh,
I want to quickly mention Ollie. That send you sent on Cruise for where he got the switchback on you. What was going through your mind when you decided to just stomp on the brakes as hard as you can going into that corner?
Well, basically, I saw 0.8 of a car width, and I said, you know what, that's good enough for me. So I just kind of dove up the inside. Had I braked maybe about 5 meters earlier, I think I would have gotten it. And we were talking about it after because we were in the same chat, and he said that if he was in the Porsche, and he said he's really happy he has such a good exit speed in that Porsche because otherwise it would have probably ended differently. But it was just a great fight overall, and you had to try it, and it was kind of because there was 2 laps left, you know. So
Yeah, you just
I
gave it
had to really
everything.
try and give it everything. So I mean, it didn't work, and then it just kind of tuck back in under and then try again next time. That's how it is.
Yeah, great racing from you two. It's great fun to watch, and thank you for coming to this interview.
Thanks for commentating.
yeah, thank you very
So,
much for joining us. Let's move you back to General 1.
Let's
Let's
bring
bring,
Olive in.
yeah, I want to bring him in for sure. All right, so here's our, oh,
Oh,
okay. What?
try that again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I tried again. Okay. So, okay. Mr. Olive, can you hear us? Is it working?
Hello.
Are you there? I think he's not here. So,
Yeah. If
uh,
you get your mic to work and all that, just send a message in the chat, and we'll bring you back into an interview.
Yeah, I'm here.
oh, okay,
Oh,
there he is.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect, perfect. Thank you. But congratulations today. That was incredible from you today. We were very impressed.
Thanks. Yeah, it was quite amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
were you thinking of getting the track position there and just going with that, or were you trying to actively just, just push throughout the entire stint?
Yeah. Actually, you can hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you. I think we can't anymore.
Well, we could.
We were.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, there it is.
I was not really pushing. I was stuck behind Gaida on the first stint, and I went for a big undercut. I put it at 40 minutes from the end, and actually when everyone came out of the pits, I was ahead of Timo, so that was a great surprise.
Yeah, that must have been a relief leaving the pits and seeing that you basically had a net P2, and then you had about 30 minutes to hold it together and take it home, and which you did. And I would say we were both rooting for you throughout the whole race because you've shown a lot of pace and you've been very unlucky so far. And I feel like this is the result you've deserved.
Agreed. Yeah, we've noticed there was a lot of times where you were very quick and things just did not work out. But today was the day, thankfully, and the stream gets to see that or what you are truly capable of. And I hope you take this momentum and go with it further because, like I've been saying, that I cannot drive that car. Like it was physically exhausting for me, and mentally exhausting for me because I could not, for the life of me, handle it. whereas I've not had that problem with any other car. And I've been told as well by many people that the Lamborghini is one of the more difficult cars to drive because it's quite unstable. And I remember it being very unstable at the rear and quite bad at the front as well, just sluggish at the front. So um, I don't know if it suits your driving style or anything like that, but you do a very good job with it.
Well, I don't know either, but
Yeah, fair enough. There is no answer to why it is, but maybe it's just me. Or it's probably because I'm bad at these cars. But anyways, yeah, I will. I'll let you enjoy that. Congratulations again, and thank you for joining us.
thanks.
All right,
All
so
right.
we'll end this off with Mr. Sam,
Mr. Chumley.
Mr. Chum Chum. Yes. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
A tough-ish race, but you got that strategy down. Were you thinking of just going long and getting, like, I mean, again, track position seemed to be key. Was that what you were thinking of?
Well, no. I mean, the only reason I pit that early was because I got damaged turn 1 because Mihail turned into me or whatever. But yeah, that's whatever. So I just pitted, fixed the damage, and then got ahead of a bunch of people somehow. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a blessing in disguise, so to speak, then. But yeah, you were doing a good job there. I mean, we could tell you were starting to struggle on those older tires compared to everyone else who were on much fresher tires, and like Push was right on your tail, and you held him off very nicely. Didn't crack under any pressure, so I mean,
Yeah, he almost hit me about 4 times.
yeah,
So.
I saw there was a couple times where he was outbraking himself, but I mean, he was still he was just trying to get a good run out of it there, and there's a lot more grip compared, so you know the brakes might or might not be working differently.
Yeah.
But yeah, regardless, it was a solid drive. It was fun watching you guys, seeing if or if not anything would happen there. You did a great job holding that, and I think
Thank
you
you.
will agree with me.
Thinking
Yep.
died.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it was good to watch you hold off Push, especially he up to multiple times seemed like he would either hate you or send one up the inside, but you managed to hold it off and defend well against him, so I'd say good job on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
is there anything else to add, Kimi?
Watch out for blue flags, Sam.
Yeah.
Blue flags? Oh,
Yeah.
is this for the 12 hours?
Yeah, it is.
Also, yeah, also don't you might not want to watch back. We make some interesting jokes, but
Yeah, something
Right,
about
okay.
in season 1. I can't remember. I don't know.
something about there's a lot of hollow memories about that. Almost like almost like a lot of the hollow memories we have in the 2S server. But yeah, we're not gonna go into those. But
Mhm.
we'll leave
Let's
leave
not.
those for another day. Another day of drunk commentary maybe with Tipsy and I. But and Kimi if he joins us for that. But yeah, I think we're gonna close it out here, Sam. So
Yeah.
All right.
thank you for joining
Congratulations
us.
on the race.
Good job.
Thank.
Okay.
Cheerio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it from us. As usual, my weekly reminder to check out the EGL channel, subscribe, like the stream, and hopefully you enjoy. Sorry for the frame rate as well. That's out of my control at this point, I think. But yeah, it's hopefully the stream quality was better too, since it was in 1080p today. Be sure to check out tomorrow. We have 2SRL Tier 3 for F1. And then
Come watch me absolutely boss it or bin it in Silverstone. There will be no in between.
yes, I mean it's Silverstone. It's a fun track to drive. So let's see. Check out Kimi there. We'll be driving. Then Wednesday through Friday we have Tier 4, Tier 3, and Tier 2 respectively in that order for SLR. And then Saturday will be Tier 1. And then Sunday will be Tier 2 and Tier 1 of 2SRL for F1. So every day we have something going on at the EGL channel. If you have not yet subscribed, be sure to check it out, as I said. Next week out, we will be at round 6 at Paul Ricard. So
Oh, no.
yeah, unfortunately, Paul Ricard. But yeah, let's see if it brings us a race as exciting as this. So thank you all very much for watching. Thank you to Kimi for joining me again this week. I very much appreciate it. I am It's Triton, and we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.